only do they want to show you how much they value you, but they want to renew their promise of going above and beyond in always putting your financial needs first through their bouquet of tailor-made products and services. Now, while they do their part in ensuring your financial health, they're counting on you to do your part in observing all COVID-19 health and safety protocols by using their suite of digital channels, including the convenient mobile app, the UMB Speed app. Always remember that you can count on UMB as the dream team for excellent banking services. They wish you a happy Global Customer Service Week. Sincerely, UMB. Oh, not lovely. Okay.
Koyo, this morning I want to introduce you to your worst possible enemy in life.
No,
it is not your mother-in-law. No, it is not your stepmother. No, it is not that auntie of yours everyone in the family is convinced is a witch and the reason nothing is working in the family. And no, it is not even the fact that you were born into a poor home in a country that Donald Trump cares nothing about. And Kojo, no, it is not the fact that your team, there's no friend in your team. None of this is your worst enemy in life. This enemy I'm talking about comes into your life as a friend, but it can rob you of a great career, it can rob you of a great relationship, and even a great marriage. It can rob you of significance in life, and it can rob you of fulfillment in the areas that matter the most to you. I can tell you that it is very easy to embrace this enemy and allow it to define your life and your circumstances. I'm sure you would want to know who or what this enemy is, and I am very eager to tell you. But first, let me share a few stories with you to demonstrate how important it is to defeat this enemy. Why do we celebrate Nelson Mandela? Why does he continue to inspire us even after his death? Nelson Mandela was not the only one of his generation who fought against apartheid and was thrown into prison for that. At the time of his arrest, trial, and imprisonment, he was not even the head of the ANC. And so, how did he manage in prison to become the most famous prisoner of all? How did he move from one of the freedom fighters to become the icon of the human yearning for freedom for all races and for all generations? Well, I'll tell you. Nelson Mandela encountered this enemy and defeated it. And this is the interesting thing about this enemy that I'm labeling your worst enemy. If you defeat it, you become larger than life because your impact becomes bigger than anyone could imagine. But if you allow it to defeat you, then no one will really care about the fact that you also lived. Our own Azumah Nelson made it into boxing's Hall of Fame because he encountered this enemy and defeated it somewhere along the line in his career. Oprah is celebrated the world over as an inspiration not just to women and girls, but to men and boys as well. And Oprah is a household name the world over because she also defeated this enemy that you also need to identify and defeat. Make no mistake about it. Oprah, with her courage and wit, would have become a celebrity among her friends and acquaintances. But there was no way she would have gained worldwide fame and billionaire status if she had not defeated this enemy, the worst enemy of all of us. Bill Gates is one of the most successful people in the world. He is numbered among the world's top 5 richest people and was for years at the very top of the list. His impact on the way we live, the way we work, and the way we communicate, and indeed even the way we love, will continue for generations to come. And guess what? Bill Gates became this successful and achieved this incredible level of significance because he also defeated this enemy resoundingly, or as Kojo would say, unexceptionably. Without that victory over this enemy, Bill Gates would still have had a good life. I'm sure of that. After all, he was raised by fairly well-to-do parents, and he was a student at Harvard. And Harvard graduates never find themselves at the bottom of the pile in any human endeavor. But without taking on this enemy and defeating it, you and I would never have heard about him, and we would not have really cared who he is. The difference between Bill Gates and those he sat in the same lecture room with is that Bill Gates took on this enemy and defeated it. What about Barack Obama? Handsome, intelligent, and promising African-American lawyer who made it to the Senate from Chicago. And that is all he would have been, but for the fact that he confronted and overcame this enemy that I'm talking about, our worst enemy in life. Without this victory over this, the possible worst enemy of mankind, there's no way he would have cemented his place in history as the first black president of the United States of America, and a remarkable president at that. I know that I have used a lot of big names in this presentation, but don't let that give you the impression that this enemy, the worst enemy you can ever encounter, the one enemy you need to defeat, is an enemy for only great people. No, it is an enemy for you and I. And indeed, these people whose examples I have used would not have come anywhere near greatness if they had not defeated this enemy when it confronted them. The point I'm making is that everyone would encounter this enemy, and that is what makes it such a formidable and dangerous enemy. It is everywhere, and everyone is called upon at one time or the other to defeat it. Not many do, though. In fact, most people do not even put up a fight, and I can understand that. If you do not know how dangerous this enemy is, you will think it is your friend, and you will surrender to it without even thinking. And that is just how dangerous and powerful this enemy is. You will think that with an enemy like that, our parents, our teachers, our pastors, our friends, and indeed the world would spare no effort in warning us against this enemy and equipping and arming us to defeat it. But look back on your life, and you would think that everyone around you, yes, including your parents and even your spouse, had been recruited as agents of this enemy to lure you or seduce you to surrender to it. See, I told you, it is a very, very powerful enemy, the very worst, as far as I'm concerned. By now, I'm sure that you cannot wait for me to unveil this enemy. I'm sure you want to know not just what it is, but whether you have confronted it before, and if you have, then I'm sure you are dying to know how you fared against this enemy. Did it defeat you, or did you defeat it? Well, to answer that question, let me give you just a clue. If you have defeated it, then I guarantee you that your name should be a household name by now. Or, if it isn't already, very soon it should be if you have defeated this enemy. If your name is not a household name yet, then I am afraid you may not have fared that well against this enemy. But the good news is that whenever you gain the necessary insight to take it on and defeat it, everything will change for you from that date. And that is good news, isn't it? All right. I think it is now time to unveil this, our worst enemy. But, oh no, look at the time. I'll have to wait and do that on Thursday, God willing. Time has not been an ally this morning, but come Thursday, I shall unveil this enemy, and my prayer is that in my unveiling it to you, you will find the courage and the strength to overcome it, so that sooner or later, you too will be counted among the astounding few who can boast of victory over this, the worst possible enemy of mankind. But before I go, have you checked out my radio drama series on Joy FM, Mr. Smooth?
It's such fun, Uncle Ibu.
If you have not caught it, you can catch it on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. And then during the week, the episodes are broken into 3 Mondays to Wednesday. Sunday it is 1:30 p.m. and then during the week you catch it after 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And also, may I remind you that over the weekend we uploaded my play Rejected onto the Roverman Productions website, and it is available now for you to watch. So I encourage you go to rovermanproductions.com and then access it. You would enjoy it. And Kojo, that's my presentation for this morning.
I love it so much. It's so much fun. I want the Ubuntu. Yeah, thank you for that.
And it gets even more interesting as it goes on.
Oh goodness, I can't wait. But Uncle Ibu, this thing you've done to us this morning.
Again.
This thing you've done to us this morning with this enemy,
this
unnamed enemy is a problem. Anyway,
someone just walked into the studio.
My brother Nathaniel is doing his best to defend me today.
Let me tell you what I always tell him when I see him.
Ni?
Now, tell Kojo.
Yeah.
Nowadays, your producer has become very vocal. Maybe one of
Sammy.
these days
Yes,
you should
today,
let him,
today.
He wants to be a celebrity. He wants to be a celebrity.
The ever popular.
His hometown, they keep asking him.
Keeps telling me.
They keep asking him. You see, he's here.
Solo noneho afine.
Solo noneho Oziana. Solo noneho. And you know why I was singing with so much verve?
Tell me.
Solo noneho means the past is gone. So let's forget about the past and move on.
No.
And
we cannot forget about that.
Let's get back to what Uncle Lebu was saying.
What happened last week is gone.
Yeah. What happened a few days ago?
All right, please tell Kojo what I've been telling you.
Well, so Uncle Lebu keeps telling me that I missed my calling and that he's not impressed with everything I do as a broadcaster, and that he feels I should have been a model or something along those lines.
Yes,
and,
yes. He's not alone.
You know, there are days when, especially a day like this where we're going to talk about a piece of work that I've put together, I'm reflecting and I'm saying, oh, Uncle Lebu.
Charlie. Uncle Lebu thinks you shouldn't have even bothered with this hotline documentary. You should have just been a model. Some way.
Kojo, God day.
God day.
Yeah. Oh, God day.
If you know day like Charlie, I don't go feel day.
Before Uncle Lebu goes,
Yes.
Ludwig Holger.
Pardon?
Ludwig Holger.
Yes.
Yeah, he says that you should have taken today off as sick leave.
Charlie, I can't do that too.
Come to work.
Well, I told
no.
him. But that is also what shows you the greatness of Kojo.
Mm-hmm.
That knowing the fire that was inevitably coming his way, he unexceptionably dressed and came to work.
People say,
you will live long.
So try all the other one in the prep.
That's why you look like a 40-year-old man when you are, you see, you will live long.
The number of people who called me and advised me not to come to
like we'll wait for you tomorrow.
No, I mean, look, there's no point. There's no point. This is unavoidable. Yeah.
I admire your courage. I admire your strength. Yeah. But you see, what you did last week was to entertain all of us. No, wait. It was just content. People think that Kojo was yobbing. No, Kojo was providing content for all of us. And otherwise, how would people have looked forward to today?
Yeah, I mean, some people took it personally, as you can imagine.
But yeah, so we have to congratulate our friends. The likes of Dr. Randy Abe.
How many questions did they answer?
Sami Odame.
Robert.
He was just celebrating in the background.
Robert Coleman,
Mr. Atekwe, Venerable Archdeacon Nelson.
Oh yeah,
Big
Bolare sent me a text.
So Bolare put up a picture on his Instagram, and then he had a shot of the three contestants, and he said, "No comment."
Daniel Ado, MP.
Oh, Mr. Daniel Ado, very well.
Oh,
very
wonderful. Wow. Big names in it. Speaking of CBG Bank, they bring us the Business Minute every morning, and today is no exception. So Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, we stand with you.